What's going on YouTube? Snake out here back at you with another video. We are still here at John Chausmer Reptile Snake Facility, and now we're going to be checking out his boa collection. I'm super excited. Hope you guys are too. Alright everybody, so welcome back to the video. Here again with John Chausmer from John Chausmer Reptiles. Like I said, we're going to be checking out boas today. And I'm excited about this one. I follow John Chausmer on Instagram. He's always posting these IMGs and everything like that. And you guys know I have an IMG, but he's got some really nice IMGs. So come on, let's go check them out. Alrighty, so we are in the boa room now, and guys, this room is crazy. This is literally what I epitomize as what I would go for my reptiles. So John, tell us about the room and what inspired everything you have in here.
Well, you're looking at 30 years of, I don't want to say planning this room out, but I built this building to what I thought would be the best thing for the animals themselves. Everything from the building it's metal construction walls, spray foam walls, which is for better insulation. I've got radiant floor heat, so the concrete's heated, so that way I don't have to deal with the dry air from a propane or electric furnace or natural gas, so that helps there. I've got fans in the back that'll help rotate the air in the room. My lighting, as you can tell, the lighting is nice and bright. The ceiling's a little lower than the ball python room, because the ball python room was an existing building when we moved in, so the lighting in here is super bright. All my electrical, you can see all the electrical stuff is high up above the racks, so the racks are flush with the walls. It don't bother me to have the racks on the walls, for the simple fact that the walls are so insulated with the foam, the walls don't get cold like a normal house would. A lot of people freak out about having their racks or their cages on an outside wall, because obviously the wall is going to get cold and help the colder cage. So it keeps the room more ambient temperature and more steady temperature year round. When it comes to the boas, I like a lot of the darker stuff, from IMG to Motley to Anri. That's my favorite stuff to produce and have out. Some of my bigger females here. This is a Hypo Motley female. A little bit of a shed from this morning there with her, or she just shed. So the good thing about the Hypo Motley, the Hypo and the Motley gene, where with both of them, both genes fall in the same allele. So whenever you breed this to whatever you breed it to, you'll produce no normals. You have to literally be Hypo, you have to literally be Motley, plus whatever you add into it going on down the road. So this is a ghost Motley. So this is the Hypo Motley that was on top, we just showed a minute ago. This is the ghost Motley. So the only difference is this has the anathoristic gene visually in it. So instead of the tail being red or brown, it's all gray. So it's Hypo, Motley, anathoristic.
Nice.
All right, so this is a Prodigy Motley. So this is a type of caramel albino. There's 3 different lines. You've got the VPI, everybody talks about. Then there's the Boa Woman Caramel, and then you got the Prodigy line. The Prodigy line is a caramel albino line from Jeff Ronnie that he started years ago, and obviously that's a Motley pattern too.
Nice.
So yeah, this is another caramel albino. We were talking about the the Prodigy below. This is just a regular VPI caramel albino. So most of your albinos, everybody thinks caramel, they say, or albino, they see white and yellow. So you get the caramel albino, which keeps a little bit of the dark pigment in there. For those who want to know, the dark pigment is caused by the tyrosinase gene, however you want to pronounce it. So your yellow and white albinos are tyrosinase or T negatives, where your caramels are T positive to show some of the dark pigment is still there. This one here, this is a ghost jungle female. So she's a hypo, anathoristic, and jungle. Probably one of the biggest girls I have. This girl is 11 years old, 10 years, let me see, 2014, so she's 9 years old. This will be her first year breeding. When I say first year breeding, she's bred multiple years. This should be her first year producing for me.
Gotcha.
She's left me standing multiple times. So this is a paradigm female. The paradigm is a visual double heterozygous or a double het animal. So theoretically, this should be a normal looking boa. But she was bred with a boa woman caramel, also known as a BWC caramel albino, to a sharp strain T negative albino. And it produces a caramel appearing boa constrictor, which, like I said, again, it should be normal looking, but it's a paradigm. So this snake here with the sharp and boa woman caramel gene falling on the same allele, no matter what you breed it to, you're going to produce a heterozygous animal for either het for sharp or het for caramel. And the only way to know for sure which one it has is if you breed it with a sharp animal. So this is an IMG ghost jungle. So this is IMG hypo, if you look over the edge there. So it's IMG, hypo, and anathoristic all in one. And the iridescence just gives it that sheen, and it's amazing.
This is what we came to see, people. Everybody's been asking me about IMGs, so here we go.
Yeah, and the IMGs, everybody thinks they turn solid black, and not all of them do. I mean, you can still see her, because the hypo fights the IMG, so you can still see some pattern and some color in her. The IMG motley, which I'll show as well, those will turn solid black. My favorite females. So this is just, I mean, wow, she's a paradox female, so obviously paradox is an anomaly, so something should or should not be there. So, but all she is literally just a hypo, 100% het for call strain albino. But just the color on her, just looks like somebody tried to erase half of it off there.
You're right.
She's one of my favorites. So this is one of my gravid females right now. You can see she's in what they call pyramiding or the heat conservation position. If she was stretched out, she could see it much more thicker, but she's thick. I don't know if that camera picks it up or not, but she is a hypo Aztec. So the hypo is the lack of black, and the Aztec is the pattern.
Yeah, she's a girthy girl.
Yeah, she's actually due in about 2 or 3 weeks to give birth. So she's looking really good. This is a VPI Sunglow.
Wow.
So this is a caramel albino hypo and jungle as well.
Talk about adding some color to your collection. And it's funny because when people talk about like the lighter boas, everybody wants like a sun glow or the albino, but when you look at this is a what again?
VPI. It's a VPI caramel albino, hypo, and jungle.
Nice.
The jungle gene does a lot of different things to them, and not every snake has the different traits of jungle. It's got everything from the broken head stripe, the side lateral striping in the size, the aberrant pattern, and the contrast of the color. All that are all distinguishing factors of the jungles.
And I like how the further down the back it goes. I don't know if you guys can see, but the tail gets brighter in orange.
All right, this is a anathoristic boa. Like I said before, I like the dark stuff in general. So the anathoristic means lacking red, where albino means lacking black. And you can see the tail on this one here is just bright black. The iridescence, the anri gives them more of the iridescence like the IMG does. So as adults, albinos can fade and lose a little bit of their color and their pattern, where the anathoristics just keep that dark color and the pattern just stays nice and crisp on them.
Yeah, she looks good. And it's crazy because she looked almost just like a normal boa until I looked at her face. She's got like a white face with very obvious dark markings. Those ear stripes that boas get on there, like on the sides of their head.
So yeah, so for comparison, you see this is the regular VPI, and this is the VPI jungle. So the jungle, she's going to a little bit of a shed, so her color's a little bit faded, but you can see the fact that her color's a little brighter, the pattern's a little more aberrant, The black around the tail is a little more crisp. It just overall shows the difference what the jungle gene can do when you add it to the caramel albino.
Wow, huge difference.
But everybody loves the dark stuff. So this is an IMG anathoristic. So even though when this one here was a baby, you see the tail jet black, no red in it, of course. But the IMG has overtaken it, which makes it darker and darker. She is het VPI as well. So I mean, like I said again, everybody thinks the IMG totally eliminates pattern, and it doesn't. It just darkens it up. From a distance, it looks solid black, but as it gets older or as you get closer to it, you can see the pattern pop underneath. This is a Pastel Dream Monster Tail Hypo Jungle Het VPI produced by my good friend Tony Antonucci out of Chicago. So the Pastel Dream Monster Tail is getting at the Hypo obviously is reducing the black. The Pastel Dream is enhancing the black is left around the tails. The Jungle is enhancing the color as well. Again, you see the broken head stripe, the side lateral striping that divides the top and the bottom between the colors. So when this girl produces some VPI babies for me next year, they're really going to pop. Dark stuff. This is a anathoristic jungle. So anathoristic again, lacking the red. The jungle is giving it that crisp pattern, the blocky saddles, the chain links, just everything that makes it everything. The jungle just makes everything pop.
Yeah. That chain link pattern, I didn't even notice that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. This is a younger girl. I got her from Frank Martin years ago. So I'm having her breeding up this year. So she'll breed for me this fall. So this is a plain, I mean, I hate to use the word plain, but plain IMG. Just nothing fancy, just normal IMG. She is possible het for VPI snow. But with that, you can see, even though she is dark and the dark is taking over, you still see all the saddles, all the color, the iridescence, that rainbow effect. It just pops dramatically.
She's gorgeous, man. Making me want to add another IMG to the collection.
I like a lot of the Type B stuff. So this girl here, I mean, everybody, when most people see this, they don't see anything super fancy. Mm-hmm. But you can tell by looking at her, there's something different. The color's off, the pattern's a little bit off. That's what the Type B gene does. Gotcha. When it takes them almost 6 months to a year for it to start to develop. I mean, you can see the red coming out in her head, the red coming out in the body. I don't know if that camera picks it up or not. But when you add this to albino, which you'll see, it just enhances the red dramatically.
Nice. Yeah, in person you can definitely see the red, but I don't know if the camera's picking it up. But I'll make sure you guys can see it. Oh yeah.
So we'll show a comparison here. Mm-hmm. So this is a regular, they're both regular sun glows, but this is a regular call sun glow. Mm-hmm. Then that is a call sun glow Type B.
Okay.
So the Type B will enhance the red. You can see the difference.
Definitely see the difference.
It just totally changes the color.
And yeah.
So the Type B is a polygenic trait, kind of like pastel. So it's actually like a pastel, so it enhances the color on it all as well.
Wow. And it's crazy because if you don't see them side by side, you probably wouldn't be able to tell.
So this is a Sunglow Motley Type B jungle. So it's Hypo, Albino, Motley, Jungle, and the Type B.
Whew. Wow.
So the color on this just pops.
That is crazy. Thought you were, exaggerating a little bit, but no way. That is a beautiful snake.
Yeah, the Type B just darkens that red. This is actually, I call it the double dose because I did Type B on top of Type B for the breeding. Mm-hmm. And it just, I've held so many of these back. Everybody wants them, and I'm hoping to have some available this year.
I love how the body is red and then just has the saddles are just, they're not even really saddles, but they're spots that are yellow going down the back.
Yeah.
That is nice.
She's phenomenal. Right. This is another Sunglow Motley Jungle Type B. This is only the single dose of the Type B, not the double.
Guys, these colors are crazy.
Yeah, the red and pink and the orange on that just explode.
If you are a Boa fan, reach out to John Chausmer, I'm telling you.
So this is albino, anathoristic, and hypo all together.
Wow.
You do see some pattern in there.
It's very clean, very clean.
And this is the size of most of my breeder males.
And what age is this one?
This one here is 3 years old.
Nice. Gorgeous.
So this is VPI, Hypo, Aztec.
Okay.
Just head around there.
Yeah, like his head's super light. The rest of his body's bright.
So this is a IMG Motley. This is probably the one IMG, when you add it to Motley, it always turns black. And you can see the iridescence. I don't know if the camera picking up the iridescence on this or not.
Yeah, it actually is. That's nice. The belly is shining really
nice
good.
Black belly.
Hope you guys are enjoying the IMGs. This is probably the most I've, well, not probably, this is the most I've shown off IMG on any of my videos. That is a beautiful IMG right there. Super solid black, no pattern, but beautiful iridescence. That is nice.
This is a Hypo Labyrinth boa, produced by Jeff Ronnie. The Labyrinth is similar to, I keep calling it similar to a jungle gene. I don't know if that's the correct term to use, but we're in the realm of genetics. If you breed jungle to jungle, the super jungle is lethal. Most of them don't live past a year, where the super labyrinth is almost like a whitish pinkish color. Jeff calls it the crystal boa, and it's a perfectly healthy animal. Proven. Jeff bred them multiple times. I've yet to produce a crystal, but it's on my list of things to produce. When you're ready.
Yep.
So this is a Hypo IMG Aztec jungle.
Nice.
So as you can see, it's not solid black. The Hypo gene will actually fight it, because the Hypo gene is taking away black, where the IMG is adding the black, and then the Aztec pattern on top. And it still has the iridescence.
So we got to see so many different variations of IMG just in one collection. We got to see the solid, we got to see the just typical regular IMG, and now we're looking at a Hypo. That is gorgeous.
Sterling boa,
Nice.
totally patternless snake. I'm working on this into the VPI project, the blood project. I'm working on quite a few different things.